everyone, Happy New Year! Hope you're getting on well, hope you had a nice celebration, whether you were out going crazy in the place where... Absolutely no, who am I kidding? I hope you had a good New Year. That's the important thing. I'm Sean Ferrick for WhoCulture, and I'm here to take you through all of the ups and downs for Eve of the Daleks. Now, if you are joining us from the distant past of 2021, you know what we're going to do. We're going to go through everything we like and give it an up, and everything that we didn't like, we're going to give it a down. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because I quite did. That's not to say there isn't a little bit of both. Let's get right into it. My first up of the episode, Aisling Bea. She's brilliant. I have loved Aisling Bea for quite a while now, and to see her just interacting with Yaz, Dan and the Doctor was just gold for me. Her comic timing is absolutely spot on in this episode. As Sarah running elf self-storage, because the S fell off, get it? She holds every scene that she's in, and for like 99% of the episode, everything she delivers is just pretty much comedy gold. Love that they cast Polly McGlynn as her mother. I'm sure that when they were talking about, will we get Polly McGlynn to be her mother? Go on. Go on. Delighted that they went with that. So, straight away, massive up from me for Aisling Bea. My second up of the episode was the relationship that gradually develops between Sarah and Nick. Now, there's a moment where it's revealed why Nick has been coming to Sarah's storage place for all of these years. Now, there's the second revelation, which is much nicer, and there's the first revelation, which is a little off-putting. When we walk into his storage place and we see shoes and a necklace here and there and a Monopoly game and women's names on post-it notes, and he explains, he just keeps them in case any of his ex-girlfriends ask for them back. And there's just that moment. Yaz goes, yeah, but are they alive though? The important thing here is that Sarah and Nick together, they actually end up starting at such a strange place. They end up really is quite a cute couple. And it's believable by the end of the episode. Yes, Nick is a bit odd in the beginning, and there is that sort of awkwardness of first dates, but in the face of repeated extermination by Daleks, I mean, really, what's a pair of shoes? But it's really important that we explain that, no, it's only stalkerish if he had addressed the fact that there was stalking going on, but he didn't, and so therefore, I don't feel I'm qualified to really get into Nick's relationship with Sarah. I think they're quite a cute couple together, and I think I'm going to move right on to the next point. The episode is basically Doctor Who's version of Groundhog Day. So actually, Dan calls out the name of Groundhog Day. So good, so worth it. So yeah, let's hang a lampshade on this. But it's really enjoyably done. First of all, a time loop is a really handy way to keep the budget down if you're doing any episode. But also, I actually have to say, I felt the general pandemic at play in this episode, because it's a tiny cast. They managed to even keep Polly McGlynn outside by having her dial in on FaceTime. So I really felt that, but it didn't detract from the episode. It actually suits to create this bottle show of our annual visit from the Daleks. Funnily enough, another up for this episode goes to the aforementioned Dan. I was varying on how I responded to Dan during Flux. I thought he was a great initial character, and then as the season went on, he sort of kind of faded, and there was no real reason to have him there. He's back up front with a bang this time, and I really liked seeing him get the measure of the Doctor and Yaz and what's going on around him. Now that does lead me to a down, not something that he's done, but something about him, and it's what Yaz says. When the Dalek identifies Dan as the inferior human, faced with certain death, Yaz takes the opportunity to go, very smart, Daleks. I felt it was completely out of character, and I felt it completely was out of the scene. So that was actually a down from me there. And look, while I'm on the topic of downs, it's really handy when Daleks become conveniently bad shots, isn't it? At one point they can be 1,000 feet in the air and still hit you with their mark, and yet you can be 20 feet ahead of them running, and they can miss you with the new cool, although admittedly very cool, that machine gun thing, it just that, yeah, we liked that. That was good. However, in the context of that was a down. That's Batman the Animated Series logic. It's like, oh no, Batman's in trouble. Oh, don't worry, they've got a gun, he's fine. I have another down. So we are 13 seasons into the revival of Doctor Who. There have been countless encounters with Daleks. How does Dan not know what a Dalek is at this point? How does anyone not know what a Dalek is at this point? It's frustrating because it's so well ingrained in Whovian history, but also modern Whovian history. Yes, a couple of times they were erased from history and so on and so forth. Sure. Okay, those times it was explained away. But this time, I mean, like, no. So that quite annoyed me. I did like the little explanation that it was the Daleks' war fleet as opposed to all of the Daleks that were destroyed in the Flux, because you remember me saying, I thought, okay, is that all the Daleks gone then, is it? No, apparently it wasn't. That was fine. I liked that they took a moment to say that. But how would you not know what a Dalek is, Dan? One fun plot thread as the episode went along was the gradual revelation of what an absolute dodgy fella Jeff is. I mean, okay, first of all, we've got a storage unit that's full of stuffed taxidermied animals. Creepy. Then we have one that's full of knockoff holiday goods. Creepy. Then we have one entirely full of beans and beef. And I never, ever want to see that image again in my life. Then we have another storage unit that's clearly a living room, and another one that's got, like, basically weapons grade plutonium. Anyway, it's just like, Jeff is dodge, all the fireworks as well, and thankfully, because he's so dodge, we're able to get the resolution of the episode. Good man, Jeff. Yeah, you absolute legend. You're a weirdo and we will be pressing charges, but you're an absolute legend. Thanks very much, man. I have one fairly large issue with Sarah's character in this episode. This is the 1%. I said Aisling B, 99%, right? This is the 1%. It's that I don't mind how some of Sarah's selfishness comes across. That's fine, it's understandable. Her life is being threatened. We can dig that. It's that she switches to horrible. Like, seemingly out of nowhere, this is a down. She turns around to the doctor and goes, oh, it's your fault. It's your fault we've done this. There is the joke about how, okay, yes, I deserted you, but, you know, to be fair, didn't mind that one as much. But yeah, there was a moment of, like, kind of vicious attacking, which was not nice. I didn't like that. Because I thought it was like, this has gone beyond I am afraid. This is now I am attacking. I am trying to hurt you. And that didn't sit right with me for the rest of the episode. It didn't really sit with the character, I felt. I realize we've all had as much time with Sarah as anyone else has, but I just feel I know her better because I've loved Aisling B for so long. So, like, that's, like, so not how she would act. So, like, seriously. Something happens in this episode that I absolutely loved. It is an up, and I will accept any and all criticism of this. But Yaz and the Doctor? That was cute. Dan sees it for what it is. Yaz, it's a beautiful moment. It's not overplayed because these things need to be handled so carefully, not just because they both appear as female. It's because when you're having a companion and doctor potential relationship, you can handle it badly, like they did with Martha. Love Martha as a character, but really she was hard done by the way they wrote her as kind of fangirling after David Tennant's Doctor for half the season. And then there's also the other side of how does the Doctor relate to their companions. We had a little bit of this with, say, Matt Smith and Alex Kingston, the Doctor and River Song, a little bit with 12 and River as well. For the love of everything, I would love the Doctor to have a happy relationship, but it has to be handled carefully, and I think it was handled really, really well. Dan just asks, like, when are you going to tell her? And Yaz is just like, what are you talking about? Dan's like, come on. And it's that simple. It's that obvious. So this one gave me pause in the episode. So they die in that loop and they come back again, and Yaz is sent off by the Doctor to go and fetch Nick and Sarah, and Dan outs her. Dan turns to the Doctor and says, she really likes you. And I did have a moment where I was just like, Dan, not cool! Because, be under no illusion, it is never okay to out someone without their permission or without them being comfortable about it, okay? The reason I have pause is because I think he sees in the Doctor that it is reciprocated, and that he understands them both enough to know that they need a bit of a push. Still doesn't make it okay, but throw in on top of that they're all fairly convinced they're going to die within the next 5 minutes. It becomes the good gesture that he meant it to be. So there's a couple of looks, and there's nothing really much said, not with voice anyway. A lot said with body language, and Dan is able to say, look, don't waste time. I wasted time, and then the universe ended and things got complicated, which is just a fantastic line. And I really like that. However, we know there's a ticking clock going on here. In fact, it felt quite prophetic when Yaz turned to the Doctor early in the episode and said, we're never going to get to sit on that beach and you're going to tell me all those things you were going to tell me, are we? That sounds fairly prophetic. That's everything for our list today. Happy New Year, everybody. If you reckon I missed anything, or just let us know your thoughts. Drop it into the comments below. Thank you so much for your support in 2021. I cannot tell you how much it means to myself, to all of the team here. You are absolutely brilliant, and you are helping this channel grow. Please check us out over on Twitter at WhoCulture. Check us out on WhatCulture.com as well. We have fantastic articles going up every day. You are all wonderful. Now, whatever you do until I see you again, could be a while because our next special is in spring. Wait a minute, what's that? What are you saying? The frickin' Sea Devils are back? 1984's Warriors of the Deep is the last time we saw these guys. Legends of the Sea Devils are back for Easter 2022. I will be here bringing you the ups and downs, he says, guaranteeing himself job security. You look after yourself until the next time I see you. You keep things wibbly wobbly. And thanks very much for stopping by.